Hey friends and family, this is Hans, your local realtor with Keller Williams Village Square in Ridgewood. I've been telling a few of you guys that if you wanted to make some quick calculations on your mortgage, you can use a website called www.whatsmypayment.com. And when you get to that site, it'll give you a couple of options on the mortgage calculators. For most people, typically they're kind of doing an FHA mortgage or conventional, and you can sort of pick that based on the conversations that you've had with your loan officer. There is a VA calculator for those of you who are veterans, and that'll kind of give you an idea. But just for a brief example, if you hit an FHA mortgage calculator, it'll automatically kind of come to this section where you could literally put a purchase price. So on the purchase price, let's say for example you were buying a house for let's use $150,000, right, as an example, but you could put any number that you're actually trying to qualify or have been qualified for. Let's say you kind of know rates are a little bit higher today, so let's say you're using an average interest rate of 4%. You can just go straight into that box and kind of click the current rate that you might be working with. Right to the side, there's a down payment calculator. So minimum down payment with FHA is usually 3.5%, but you can do obviously higher, but let's just use or click that. Once you click it, it'll tell you right here in this box what your down payment is. If you go a little bit further down into the calculator, it'll give you space to actually put the actual taxes on the property. So let's say the taxes that you're looking at are $8,000 a year. And then let's say the property insurance you're going to have is actually going to be at least $1,200. That's $1,200 in homeowners insurance. So once you kind of click in there and you go back up to the top, it'll give you the estimated mortgage payment. So for a property that you're buying at $150,000 with a down payment of 3.5%, be $5,250. With a rate of 4%, taxes are $8,000 and $1,200. That would be a payment of $1,572. And then you can kind of play with it. So like if taxes were lower, you literally have to just go in there and hit $7,000 in taxes, and it'll adjust the payment accordingly. So now it's $1,572.35. So depending on what type of loan program, you can always go up at the top and you could hit let's say a conventional calculator and basically go through the same exercise. On the side, it'll give you options of 3 to 5% depending on what your loan officers told you, and you can go through the same category. So if you were buying a house for $175,000 and you were doing a 3% down payment, or you were doing a 5% down payment, the numbers would change, and then you kind of go ahead and put the estimated taxes. Let's say this is $7,000, and then your homeowner's insurance is $1,200, right? And you kind of take this back up to the top too, just to kind of see what the payment. It's an estimated of $429. Some of you guys are going to have private mortgage insurance, which is the insurance that the banks place on these loans just in case they default. And you can kind of get an estimate. So if you added the estimate of the PMI on a conventional line, it would be $130.23. It's $1,560.10 is your total payment. So this would be a way for you to kind of play around with the interest rates to see what makes sense. And again, same thing with the FHA calculator. If we went back and kind of using the same category, it'll give you an estimate of what the actual mortgage insurance premium could be on any type of a loan. Hopefully this is helpful. Let's make things happen for you and help you get into the home of your dreams.